I want to talk about feet because a lot of people have pain in their feet. I used to. One of the things before I even start to show some exercises are is there's a website called Correct Toes, CORRECTTOES dot something. You'll find it. And on there, the guy has done a tremendous amount of research about how bad shoes are. Most shoes constrict the foot and they push the foot into awkward positions. So because of reading that website, because a friend of mine when I was in Paris told me about it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I read it and it made total sense. So I don't wear shoes that are structured anymore. I mean, every once in a while I might, but for the most part, I do not wear shoes that are structured. What I wear are shoes that have a flexible sole and that allow my toes room to expand. Okay? So if you look on Correct Toes, he'll explain the whole thing about it, and it really changed my feet. Then I also found things that helped more. So I'm going to show you the other things that I do as well. But this way you could get the research from Correct Toes and go from there. But here, these are these two little balls. They're cork. And I just basically, you could do this, you know, where you were on your, you know, supporting yourself and do it like this. That's not enough pressure for me. It's kind of good for like the ball of the foot, but I like to do it, but you could do it this way. You could do it sitting in a chair, which I've never tried that, but I'm sure you could. The way I like to do it is I like to stand up, but you know, find what works for you, because these are really, they go in a great way and they sort of massage the bones so that the bones get a little bit of, you know, movement, because most foot bones, especially with the wrong shoes, don't get much movement. So these are great. This stretch here, I do it almost every single day, opens up the ankle. So it's sitting on top of the toes and stretching the whole, this whole area right there, stretching that. And it just feels great to me. And then another stretch is sitting on your toes. The reason I like this is because it's stretching the plantar fascia. Now, I was told I had plantar fasciitis, but I don't know how. I just told them my symptoms, and they said I had that. I don't have it anymore. Whatever the symptoms, I don't have the symptoms anymore. So, anyway, so this is great. This just gets the whole plantar fascia so that it doesn't get the itis. This is just a rolling pin, but you can use a pipe if you have one or something like that. This is the same principle as the balls, but it's just giving your foot some movement, and you can move your foot sideways, you know, so you're getting different bones. There are a lot of bones in the feet, so you want to just let them have some movement, you know. Again, shoes that are tight, don't let your foot bones move. So, and you don't need that whole ankle support. What's happened since I wear no ankle support and no arch support, my arches have gotten higher and my ankles have gotten stronger. There's also this little cute device. This, it's just a piece of wood that you can use on your feet. I like to use it on the inside of my ankles and on the arch of the foot. You can feel there's like a big tendon right there, and you know, you can kind of just move that around. It feels great. This area right here is correlated to the bladder, and so it's nice to do it, you know, before you go to bed at night, just to help you sleep through the night better. So I just do this whenever I want to, but I do the other stuff, the stretching in the balls. The other thing that I think happens for me is that my calves get tight, which then cause my feet to hurt. And so the calves have not cramped like they used to. They used to cramp all the time. You can also use this on the top of the foot. I'll show you here. So you can go in between the bones, you know, and just get the whole area. You can go right on the toes. You can go on the top here. It kind of just feels good, at least to me. But the calves getting tight, that is, hold on, this feels good. So the calves getting tight is something else that's important. And this is one stretch that I really like. I basically am leaning as far over my foot, keeping my heel down. Now that my calf and my Achilles have gotten more flexible, I'm stretching. I'm putting my finger under the toes to really stretch the plantar fascia even more. It's also stretching the Achilles tendon and the whole back of the foot and a little bit of the side area on the soleus. And you just push in a way that feels comfortable, but like you're getting a good stretch. Oh, it's really good. I like that one so much. So it really stretches me well. And again, I'm going to put my fingers down. Really keep your heel to the ground, and then just put as much weight that feels comfortable onto the foot, onto the, I guess the knee really, and do that. Now, that is a nice stretch. I love it. It is so good. Okay, then the other thing that is really key. Now, when I was first figuring this out, I used weights. I don't need the weights as much, but the problem is, let's say you're running, you're walking, you're getting your calves, you're dancing, you're skipping. These are all things I do. That you're getting your calves activated, right? So this muscle here, right here, doesn't get any work usually with most people. I mean, it does if you're walking a little bit, but not really. So I do this. There's also things you can put on your foot that present resistance. I have one. I don't know where it is, and I'm not going to do it right at this moment. But anyway, if you do this, that starts to at least activate that. If you have some kind of weight you can put on, it would be really good. They have foot, I think they're foot weights I think they're called foot weights. So you just do this and you're activating this muscle, which will counteract the tightness in the calf, right? These are all things I did, and it just stopped all those issues. I also take a magnesium and a little bit of potassium, not a lot, but I do take both of those. When you're doing this, you want your chin towards your toe, like you're going to kind of bite your toe. It won't happen from here for me, but it's still pretty good, to do that. And you're activating this thing. And I would just do these exercises, maybe in the morning and maybe afternoon and evening, or just evening, depends on how severe your symptoms are. I used to get cramps at night. I don't get them anymore. So this has been really, really fantastic for me. Let me just see if I see the thing. When I did, this is the one that goes on the top of the foot. But I have to wear shoes to do it, so I'm not going to do it right now. But see, it has this little handle thing. You'd put your foot in here, but with a shoe. And then you'd hang your foot like over the bed or over a couch, the side of the couch. And then you'd lift. This is only 10 pounds, I think, or 15, 10 pounds. So it's not that heavy. You might want less or more depending on how strong your muscle here is. But that's the essence of what they have. Other ones that are probably a little more secure. That might be more fun. Those all help with the feet, making your feet feel better. So I don't know if I actually had plantar fasciitis. All I know is that the symptoms that I had are gone. And so I hope you have all your symptoms removed too. Good luck, and let me know.